Well, that situation didn't work out too well for the San Francisco 49ers as they have placed offensive tackle Andre Dillard onto IR after just activating him from the PUP like a week ago. He was dealing with the ankle injury, an off-season surgery, so that was kind of the delay for him, but the 49ers already placed him on IR, meaning his season with the 49ers is over. So, interesting development. Obviously, the 49ers have had to make some signings, bringing in a couple defensive tackles and defensive linemen as they get ready for joint practices, just due to some of the injuries they've had. They also placed Bradley Anae on injured reserve yesterday. The biggest thing with Andre Dillard was to see if he could be a swing tackle for the San Francisco 49ers, because wasn't really sure what it was going to be like with Spencer Burford at swing tackle and Austin Pleasance. And, Dillard really had a good shot at being able to potentially make the 49ers roster as a swing tackle. But due to what many believe after watching the film and getting into it, with Spencer Burford against the Broncos, believe it or not, Spencer Burford actually played decently well. Now, he didn't play perfect. There were two particular snaps that I know everyone has an issue with. One of them, he was clearly late on the snap count, and it's hard for me to determine if that is a Spencer Burford issue, a miscommunication in the huddle, etc. It could be a Burford issue. Like, it really could. He could have just missed the snap count. Obviously, that's not a good thing, but it explains why that rep looked that way. And then on the following rep, it was like a back-to-back sequence. He was expecting a chip over the top by his tight end. His tight end was like frozen, didn't do anything. You could see the exact same action was happening on the opposite side with Patrick Taylor throwing a chip over the top and then releasing into the flat. Ton just didn't do that. Ton just kind of stood there and then released underneath. And so I can absolutely rationalize if Spencer Burford was expecting chip help over the top, that's going to change his leverage, meaning he is going to give the outside because the chip is supposed to push the defensive end back on center, because that's the whole point of the chip. So I can rationalize that. And then beyond those plays, those two plays that everyone focused on, Spencer Burford did pretty well. He actually looked improved in pass protection. He looked pretty stout in pass protection in a couple plays. He looked a little bit better in run blocking. He had a nice double-to-backer play. And, I think those are some of the things he can miss are like the small details of things. So that snap count issue could absolutely be a Spencer Burford issue. We just don't know for sure. And we'll have to see. So I feel better with Spencer Burford. Austin Pleasance is, I would say, average. He's not someone that I love for swing tackle, but I also do see how he could be serviceable. And on top of that, he can play multiple positions. He can play both tackle spots. He can play on the interior, so that makes Pleasance more valuable. So the situation with Andre Dillard is interesting because it just never worked out. I had walked past Andre Dillard one day at training camp. He had came out of kind of the locker room area, and that man is huge. He is a big guy, and he looked strong. It looked like he could be a guy that, if he got healthy, could potentially be someone that the 49ers relied on, but it's not going to happen this year. So everyone, pray to the football gods that our offensive line stays healthy, because not super deep at the tackle spots. And, believe it or not, Colton McKivitz going to be a big reason why the San Francisco 49ers are going to be successful this year. So maybe let's start gassing Colton McKivitz up. Let's give that guy some confidence, because boy, did the San Francisco 49ers need him to be healthy all year. and we need him to have a good season. And as I've said all off season, if you followed my channels, if you follow me on Twitter, I've been adamant. I do believe Colton McKivitz will take a step this year, and so far he has in training camp. So let's see how it continues to progress, but we need all those boys to stay healthy. You know, we're already dealing with an injury potentially with Ben Barch. We'll find out today probably a little bit more about the severity of that injury if he returns to practice. We'll see. Connor Colby stepped up, as Connor Colby has already jumped Nick Zakel in this competition. So we'll see how it continues to progress. You guys let me know what you think about this in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.